Within a few meters from the blessed grave of Imam Ali Amir al-Mu'mineen, peace and blessings be upon him, is the grave of a very distinguished, notable, well-known scholar, Abu Mansur, Jamal al-Din al-Hasan ibn Yusuf ibn al-Mutahhar al-Hilli, Ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhi, was born in the year 648 after Hijrah, 1251 Gregorian. He's known as Allamah Al-Hilli, and he was a Shia theologian, jurist, and an established scholar of the 8th century after Hijrah. Allamah Al-Hilli has many works on fiqh, usul al-fiqh, theology, philosophy, logic, supplications, as well as other fields of Islamic studies. Since he reached the level of ijtihad before attaining maturity and achieved many other merits at a very young age, he became known in his family and scholarly circles by the name of Jamaluddin, the beauty of religion. After the demise of the Shia marja' al-Muhaqqiq al-Hilli, his students and other scholars from Hilla chose to follow Al-Allamah Al-Hilli as their marja' at the ripe age of 28. Because of his vast knowledge, he was the first person entitled Ayatullah. He went to Iran after 705 and was the reason for the acceptance of Shi'ism there in the famous story. We are told that one day, the king that later became known as Muhammad Khuda Bande, he was a Mughal. He had a meeting in which he gathered the Sunni scholars and invited Allamah Hilli to that meeting. When Allama entered the meeting, he put his shoes under his arms, greeted the king, and sat beside him. When he was asked why he did not prostrate for the king or show any form of respect, he said, well, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him and his family, was the king of kings. And people said hi to him or respected him, as the Quranic verse says, when you enter houses, greet your people with salutations from Allah. Moreover, all of us agree that prostration should be specifically done for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only. He was then asked why he sat beside the king. He replied, it was because I saw the place empty. And there is a hadith from the Prophet according to which one enters a meeting, one should sit wherever he finds that place empty. They asked him, what was the value of the shoes that made you bring it with yourself inside the king's meeting? He replied that I fear that the Hanafis would steal them as their heads stole the shoes of the Prophet. The Hanafis objected that Abu Hanifa did not live at the time of the Prophet. Abu Hanifa being, of course, the founder of the Hanafi school of thought. Allama said, oh, I forgot. I thought it's the one who stole the Prophet's shoes was indeed a Shafi'i. At the same time, the Shafi'is objected. The Malikis as well as the Hanbalis all were referred to by Al-Allamah Al-Hilli. Allama then said to the king, none of these heads of these four schools, al-Madahib al-Arba'a, lived in the period of the Prophet. And thus, they made their views later. But we Shi'as, we follow Amir al-Mu'mineen, peace be upon him, who was the Prophet's wasi, vicegerent and brother, as well as his soul. Al-Allama went on to deliver an eloquent lecture, and at the end of the debate, the king converted to Shi'ism. Sayyid Muhsin al-Amin writes in his Ayan al-Shia that Allama's writings are over 100 books. Well-known works by Al-Allama include, for example, Mukhtalaf al-Shia and Tadhkirat al-Fuqaha concerning fiqh, Kashf al-Murad, and Al-Bab al-Hadi Ashar. There are stories of Allamah Al-Hilli's meeting with Imam Sahib al-Asr wal-Zaman, Ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu al-Sharif. For example, the first anecdote is narrated that he once borrowed a book from a Sunni scholar. Al-Allamah Al-Hilli was supposed to transcribe this book until the next day. However, at midnight he fell asleep and unfortunately could not transcribe the book. At this time, Imam Ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu al-Sharif went to him and indeed helped him. He transcribed the book for him. And when the Imam woke up in the morning, he saw a full transcripted copy of the book.